Good afternoon, everyone. Hi. Look who I have. Let me see if I can get this right. Okay, this right. Lori from Way of Positive Change. And then I have Jeffrey from Right Color. Woo, woo. I am so grateful that you guys can be here and so thankful that I have friends, you know. But I would like to catch up. I always love catching up. So what do you got going on your channel, Lori? What do you have? Do you have any good news stuff going on?
Well, I'm here with you and Jeffrey. It's my first video with Jeffrey, so I'm quite honored. Scorpio, Gemini here. Woo-hoo. So, and I'm going to be with Heart and Soul tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Who's that?
I'm remembering only the name of her channel right this second. It's
Heart and Soul Connected. Heart and Soul Connected.
Connected, yeah. And she's in Washington State, so I'm going to be with her. I will be with Linda G on Monday the 20th, so that's exciting on her channel. And then I'm going to be with Tony from Shining Hawk Healing, I believe that Wednesday. And she'll be on my channel, I think. So that's exciting. What's new with you guys?
What's new with you, Jeffrey? What you got going on?
I do my daily videos. I do my weekly videos. I do my monthly videos. I'm going to be adding meditation videos because I talk about meditation all the time. I have my scarves that are for sale. I have my astrology t-shirts. Ooh, Virgo.
Very nice.
I have one of a kind t-shirts. So I'm busy making merchandise. I'm making fall. And I was recently on Nancy Jean's Garden, and that was really an interesting talk. We talked about sacred geometry and crystals, and I'm not scheduled to be on anyone lately. I've been on a lot. I've been on like 5 or 6 stations the past 2 weeks.
Very cool. We have a little bit of a feedback, so we might have to mute as each one of others talk. Okay. That usually cures it. But so Jeffrey, are you and Danny are going to do anything? I thought you guys were collaborating.
Yeah, we did already. Hopefully we'll do it again because it was supposed to be me and Danny and Scott couldn't get on. It was really kind of not good. I mean, it was good, but could have been better. Right.
And then I think you should reach out to Dave Johnson. You and him could probably do some really good channeling.
Yeah, but the problem is he lives in Australia, so I'll have to do it from Hawaii.
Well, you and him would be perfect because he's awake while everybody else is asleep. So you are a night owl.
Oh, yes, that's the truth.
You and him would work out perfectly for that. So yeah. Oh, good. And I don't have much going on right now. I have, of course, Dave Johnson every month that he's on the channel. I also collaborate with Linda G and Lena when we can get together. And I just, like I was telling Lori, I had a good conversation with Ona this morning. So her and Cassandra that makes the little teacups or the Taza cups. We're all gonna make a time to also collaborate with that. So yeah, I love it.
That's an interesting collaboration because Ona really understands that stuff.
Yeah, she's a super duper empath, like super duper empath. Yeah, she feels you like 3 days before she knows you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, she's pretty dang good.
I heard the name of her channel is Ona's Tarot. ONA''S.
Yeah. So we got that, lots of stuff going on. So I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat. We have Clarence, we have Paulette, we have Sharon Sipe, we have Vanessa.
Hi, Vanessa.
We have let's see, who else do we got in here? Sandra, Lori Kettle, False Teeth, Real Tarot. I think that's a cute name. I'm gonna go ahead and
Melinda, right? That's Melinda, I think.
Is it Melinda? Okay, I'm gonna add her as a moderator so that her channel is highlighted. And then we have Mimi Rose. We had Veed.
Sandra Nevins.
Yeah.
I can't see anything. I don't know how to
It's
do it.
all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and start in on questions. I haven't read on this yet. At least I don't think I have read on this yet. Texas suing, or Merrick Garland suing Texas over the abortion mandates that he has put in place. I kind of want to see what everybody else gets about that, the outcome of all of that.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and put myself on mute so we don't echo like crazy.
So we're looking at the DOJ and Merrick Garland's effort to squash.
Yeah, we're going to see how much he can get done, if anything.
Will he be successful in that? Okay, well, right away I'm getting the 3 of Pentacles came flying out of the deck. So he's working with several. There's a real team effort here.
Okay. He's standing his ground. He's standing his ground. They're going to be very defensive. They're going to be left out in the cold. Texas. I saw that look on your face. It's going to transform. Justice will be served, and a new story begins. It looks like Garland is going to do fine. You know, it's going to be a struggle, but here's the transformation.
Yeah. Good. What'd you get, Lori?
Well, like Jeffrey, I got as the challenge card. This is really going to be difficult, and above it, it's a big old fight. It's a big old fancy fight. But if he perseveres, he can get it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't anything that's going to happen lickety split. They're looking for every way possible to move forward with this, and to get the vigilante part out of it. They're bringing change. They're looking at how can we push the limits and bring change in it. So I feel like they will get it.
That's very interesting. What at first I got was old money and traditions right off the bat, and the Knight of Wands. So I thought that was really weird. The old Knight of the traditions, and then the lustful and the charming. So it talks about how Texas really wants this to be done. Texas really, the Republicans, not necessarily the Democrats who are in Texas. But I also got the scheme and the lies and the cheating that is going to be exposed by the Queen of Cups. Like there's an army of women that are on their tail, and they're going to expose their lies, their cheating, they're going after them pretty well. I also got the lovers and choice and fantasies and opportunity. So I think that love, like the love of freedom, the love of getting this done, the love of making sure everything is good to go, because temperance showed up as in, that temperance that it squelches it. It's like, you guys can't do this. We love our women. We love our freedom. We love to be able to do what we need to do. And they're going to find out that they're all tied up. They're all tied up. They have put themselves in their own corner. They have put themselves in their own prison. There's because of these lies and this deceit, I think, is the most important thing that the women are going to expose them. It's almost like they opened up Pandora's box, and they're going after them pretty hard. I think right now they're also going after them about the children, all the children that are in foster care right now, and Governor Abbott has to respond. I think it was within like 48 hours or something. The reason why there's so many problems in the foster. Yep. So there's also that. I wanted to see. Let's see how that's gonna pan out for Texas, the foster care, the children and stuff like that. Because they mandated that he had to answer to the reason why these children are being left behind. They're not being very well taken care of. They're not being put into foster care. They're not putting nothing's being done to lots of children. So you want to save all the aborted, babies, but you're not taking care of the children that are in foster care. So they're going after for him for that. Let's see what's going to happen.
So we're asking specifically about what happens to Greg Abbott with his remarks about the foster children. Does he take heat for this, or?
Yeah, I'm looking at the whole situation. Like, they're going after him. He has to answer it. What is going to be the accountability for Greg Abbott in this whole situation? Are they going to really go after him, or what? I do feel it. I just literally felt his panic and his anger all at the same time. And somebody else in the chat wants to know about the grid, so we will see if the grid is going to hold up this.
Grid in Texas?
Yeah, so after this question, we'll go after the grid. Whoever's laid down first, either Jeffrey or Lori.
I haven't even started.
Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead. It says, will Greg Abbott be held accountable for the remarks about foster children?
It's very heavy energy. Oh, thank you, Jay. Jay is here to type the questions out for us. God bless you, Jay.
Oh, thank you,
Oh, and
Jay.
I also wanted to tell everyone happy Yom Kippur for all who are observing today.
Yes, today Yom Kippur. I'm Jewish. I don't even know that. I went to religious school. Oh my God. I ate so much today, I can't even begin to tell you.
Well, thank goodness we have Lori.
Oh my gosh, this is too funny. Okay, so this is very heavy energy around the children. They're really coming after him with this. Here are the kids. Here's the numbers. These are on its side. There isn't enough placement. This has been a steady, growing, cumulative problem. And he will appear, he isn't prepared to answer these questions correctly.
I mean, oh. I hope he is held accountable, and I hope those children get taken care of.
There's a female that will be speaking about this. It's almost like he's going to delegate to her to meet. This is almost like female and female, because he doesn't have the information. This is I don't think this is very good outcome for him. He just like evades and avoids the whole thing. He's cheater pumpkin. He's terrible. He's awful. Ew. Okay, you go.
Oh, good, because after we get done with this, we're going to see if he's going to be held accountable, because it looks like at this moment in time, he can't answer it, so that's good information. What'd you get, Jeffrey?
I got some similar stuff. I got this, but this seems very dark to me today, right? It's like a deal made in the dark. And then I got the truth that you can't escape. You can't escape this truth. I got it coming, getting a lot of pressure from all angles, strife. And then I got, interestingly, and I was thinking about it this afternoon, I got the magician, and the magician sometimes is the orator. He could be the wordsmith. He could be the manipulator of words, right? But he's not, like you said, he's not really good at it. And so he's going to have to look somewhere else. And I get 3 queens. I get 3 queens. So I feel like the feminine energy is going to come in and take care of it. I don't think this is someone that he's going to think, well, this is going to be my mouthpiece. But what's going to end up happening is going to be a woman or women who come in and say, no, you know, I'm a mother, I'm a nurturer, and I know how to take action. And also queens are about patience. So it's going to take time. However, the whole thing turns around. The whole thing turns around, you know. And so, you know, this is like the spin of the wheel, but this is also like evolution. For me, this is like evolution of the soul. So I feel like it's almost like the soul of Texas, the soul of the nation is really wrapped up on this. I mean, for me to get 3 queens.
Wow.
3 queens.
That kind of goes with my previous thing where there's women are just coming for him. Like they're coming for battle.
Yeah.
Well, I got the 6 of Swords, which is that calmer waters and moving on and acceptance, which was really kind of weird. But what it came with is the ongoing battle. He wants this to go away. He wants calmer waters. He wants this, shh. So somebody help me. Somebody help me. We got to get this down. We got to get this down. But what happens is, no. We're coming. He doesn't get it down. He doesn't keep it calm. And I also got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is one of my favorite. This is like she always represents my Scorpions. Like you've already pissed off the wrong women, right? You've already done the wrong thing because the Emperor, and it's somebody pretty powerful that's coming after him because I hear that he's going to at some point maybe. Possibly like walk away, like this is going to be like the downfall, like he's going to be walking away of some sort. So I really want to see about that question. What is it going to do? Because I did get the walking away. I don't think Greg Abbott is going to walk away peacefully. Can they redo him? Can they recall him? What is their thing to getting a governor out of Texas?
It's really interesting that you got the Queen of Swords because I got the other 3 queens.
Yeah, you did.
Now we're talking about 4 queens. All 4 elements are coming up against that. That's fascinating.
Let's see if let's see what his how he's going to be held accountable. If this is gonna damage him for good.
Strictly about the foster children or the abortion thing as well?
We're kind of moved on to the foster children because I think that they're going to hold him accountable about the abortion. But what the underlying thing is you put forth this abortion. Now these women are putting forth these children that have been in the foster care that the system has literally failed them on so many levels, and they're not going to. All 4 queens apparently are going to not let this go. And he has 48 hours to respond to all of these allegations. And it looks like judgment, the 7 of Swords, lies, deceit, the 9 of Swords, and death. Ooh, okay. I don't think he's going to survive this. Exactly. I mean, we can't get better cards than this with him. The 9 of Swords and then the death card. So, I mean, he really is going to really be nailed to the wall, the cross, whatever it is that he's got.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I got the same dark again. Then I got a new beginning. I got the end of something. I mean, it's unbelievable. Defensiveness and poverty. Oh. Because when you get both of these, it's like, oh, something's going to change. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What did you get, Lori?
He doesn't have the planning going on. He's spinning his wheels. No pun intended. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not.
She got the same card.
He does not. He doesn't have it. I think he's going to try to lie about the numbers. You know, he's going to I don't think he's going to do well with this at all. He tries, but he's just isn't stable. And this is all over the place. He's all over the place. I don't think he's going to do well. I think he's going to wish that he approached this differently, had done better research, taking care of it. I see him not doing well with this.
Yeah, he definitely opened up a can of worms. That he probably should have, thought farther on. But I'm just glad that the children are going to be taken care of, and the spotlight is on that. That's the one thing that I want the most to be done, is for the children to be taken care of and helped and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. I know that Lori, you had a few questions.
Well, I watched the 4 gymnasts testify about what happened to them, and I was, of course, tremendously moved, being the empath that I am, and I couldn't. It was very difficult, but they were just really let down. And Ellie Reisman spoke specifically about Steve Penny, the USA Gymnastics CEO, and he was forced to resign, and he is facing charges for witness tampering, and also the FBI agent Jay Abbott. I want to know if either one of them, who has also out of the FBI, I want to know if either one of them are going to be hauled back in, by their ear and face tougher charges.
Do you want to do them separately? Because it might get confused.
Yeah, let's do them separately. So which one do you want to do first, hon?
Let's do Steve Penny, the former CEO of the United States of America's Gymnastics, USAG.
Okay. For anybody that is not aware, there was on C-SPAN the gymnasts that testified about the sexual abuse that they endured. I was not able to watch the whole thing, but I do know that it was incredible, apparently, and very impactful. So what was the name again that we're doing? The CEO's name?
Okay, his name is Steve Penny.
Steve Penny, okay.
But these are our women's gold medal Olympists that, their testimony was 6-7 years ago. They waited. They just, it was really terrible. I can't hardly even.
Well, I do know with the research that I've done, especially with the sexual abuse victims, it takes them no later than between 7 to 10 years before they can even talk about it, tell anybody about it, and get it in their head that actually happened. And by that time, unfortunately, sometimes the statute of limitations are already up, which really irritates me, because the statute of limitation would end up like 3 years. After 3 years, you can't go after the perpetrator anymore. And they're not even able to speak about it for 7 to 10 years. And it's like they get away with it every single time. But let's see what's going to happen. Go ahead, Jeffrey, if you already have yours.
Yeah, I'm trying. Oh, okay. All right. So he was trying to keep it secret. There's like this solo energy to this, oh, I'm going to keep this in the dark. And it's interesting because this card, sometimes, I see the pentacle as a sun. Sometimes I see the pentacle as a sun illuminating things. And here is like the energy of like the nurturer illuminating it, right? Showing what's really going on. It's like a flashlight in a way. He does have a strategy, or he thought he had a strategy, but you can't run away from the past, because here comes the Queen of Swords. She didn't forget. She didn't forget. The empath comes through. He worked really hard at covering this up. Right? He worked really hard at covering this up. And he thought, well, if we win, everything's fine, la, la, la. But eventually he's going to have to take responsibility. The wheel is turning yet again. And bye-bye. bye. But yeah, here it's coming for him. It's coming for him.
The truth is out.
It's coming for him.
Slice
yeah,
and
sometimes like this card, especially when you read on stuff like this, I'm like, slice. You know, that's what it comes down to.
Like opening up that wound.
And it's also, you know, victory after tears.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But it's going to be quite the thing, because there's a lot of strategy here. There's a lot of hidden stuff. There's a lot. It's not going to just be, 1, 2, 3. It's not going to be like that at all. It's going to be a whole drawn out thing.
I'm going to go ahead and go, and then I'll let you finish, Lori. I got the 7 of Swords, the scheming, the lying, the manipulation. So the accountability and the audacity of this man who just put it under the rug. He had the reasoning for it is because he needed them to do what they needed to do. He can't disturb what he had an end goal. I don't care what you guys are doing over there. I don't want to hear about it. I really need this done. And he really tried at one point in time, and I don't know if it came out in their testimonies. I didn't listen. Did he try to squelch it? Did he try to maneuver? Did he try to get in there and do something to stop it? Because what happened was that he was all tied up with it, and it was how can I put it? It's like the feeling trapped, and then we have the 9 of Swords and the Page of Swords coming. Like the 9 of Swords, the suffering, the worry, and the lack of sleep. The Page of Swords, the spying, the gossip, being released, and baggage. So I mean, I get the whole story without even listening to the story, or what his position was always on what he wanted to get done, what he needed to get done, and try to squelch. It's almost like some information would come his way, and he'd lob it back to behind the bleachers. Like we can't deal with that. We can't deal with that. But I don't see, if you guys get accountability, the only thing I get is the 5 of Cups, which is grief and then judgment. So his accountability is coming, but I don't see jail, unfortunately. Not in my cards. Hanged Man. Well, maybe there's a jail card. So, all right, what do you get, Lori?
I don't have jail either. However, I do have the Justice card. And I think that he was just doing deals with the FBI agent Jay Abbott, and he was filled with apathy about it. He didn't want to. He was given the information, and he didn't want to make the change. And he was just like, "Oh, that's not really happening. That's not really what's going on. Nothing. Total failure." And I see charges being brought. So I do see him having to face the music and there will be a reckoning. I think there will be some. Maybe he turns on the other guy, but they were in it together, just exactly the way Raisman said it. They even went and had beer, talked about job opportunities, and it was terrible. It was really, really terrible.
Ugh. So what's the other guy's name? See if he takes the more heat for it. Maybe that's what the deal is.
FBI agent Jay Abbott. So he was over Indianapolis, where this took place.
I want to live in a world that little girls and women are not sacrificed for money, fame, and fortune. We are not your pawns. Okay, I had to get that out. Ooh, what did you guys get?
I got some big cards, man.
Did anybody else get money? Lots of money?
I got some money.
Okay, that's what the weirdest part about this whole thing is that there's a lot of money. I mean, I got the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles together. Was he being paid off? And the Page of Pentacles underneath. Was he being paid off? Are they going to find out that he was being paid off to shut up?
I think, and those girls were just betrayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of pentacles also. I got the devil. Deal with the devil. However, and I got this. I never read upside down. It's so rare. But I got this upside down.
Oh, living fat, but not so much anymore, huh?
Right. The promise, the reverse of the promise, the reverse of the, and I got also it will be revealed. And it's going to come out big time. The whole thing. And I got death.
Yeah, I think he's going to take the blunt of it.
Yeah. Dirty money for sure.
What'd you get, Lori?
His cards are worse than Steve Penny's.
Yeah.
So he just looked the other way. He just completely looked the other way, or this was happening. Through the girls to the wolves. And it's just really, it's very, very, very difficult. He will be made to look absolutely foolish for keeping these secrets, and he's going to regret that he took payment for these things. He's enriched himself. He took the money and just threw him to the wolves. So I'm going to say his cards are worse.
Yeah, I agree.
Worse.
I also got the Nine of Swords. Yeah, it looks like he's going to take the blunt of it. That's maybe the reason why the other guy is lighter. But they're going to really bury the FBI guy.
Yeah.
Ugh. All right, so what else do we got?
Say something to Deb O. Jay is typing the question, so if you just scroll up in the chat, you'll see the current question or topic that we're reading on.
Okay, so current question: will Jay Abbott face additional charges? Who's Jay Abbott?
Yeah, we just did that.
We just did that one.
Okay. Will he oh, okay, so that was current. See how I get confused sometimes?
I was talking to a lady in the chat that was asking, what are we reading on? So I think, okay.
I don't know how to turn that on. Hello, everyone. You look great. I love what you're wearing, wherever you are.
Okay, so we just did the Steve Penny. Okay, so those are the current questions. So let's see, Jay, if there's any other questions. Jay's great. Jay, you have to come back all the time in my chats to help me out.
Is that Jay Herc 213?
I don't know, but he's really good at this.
It's Jay. He accompanies me most of the time on my lives.
Oh, very nice.
Very
Thank you,
good.
Jay.
Part of our family.
And Theodore's in here. I haven't seen Theodore in a while. Linda Bishop. It's nice to see fresh new faces. And if anybody's in here that is not subscribed to Lori from Positive Change and Jeffrey from Ripe Color, go do that. What are you waiting for?
Thank you.
Go do that. Okay. So we got a few more minutes left. We have 30 more minutes left. So what do we have any other questions that we have? What we were thinking?
Are we going to read on the grid of Texas?
Oh, grid. Thank you.
Yep, the grid of Texas. And then we want to take a look at General Mark Milley.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's do the grid first real fast.
Yes, let's do the grid. Texas is going to need some extra crystals for that grid.
Oh. a miracle. And then the next one is
extra crystal mines.
yeah, they better start shoveling their own coal into their own furnace. It's not really funny. They really suffer. Don't get us wrong. We're not trying to be insensitive. We're just trying to make light of a serious problem, and to make you laugh, because we know there's healing in laughter. And then the next one is, will the Republicans start seeing the light? Well, we can read on the Republicans after this too, and after it's a Millie and then the Republicans. So who's got the memory?
I'll write it down.
That's not me. Okay, the grid. Let's see if Texas is going to suffer pretty bad for the grid. I literally have a card that I never get. It's in my deck, upside down, and facing the wrong way. And it is the Two of Pentacles, and it's inverted. Would be balancing is upright, and unbalanced is inverted. So imbalanced. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, imbalanced, inverted. And the the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, strength.
Oh, Catherine Bush is saying a bunch of us in Texas bought generators.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have no other choice. But you see, that's the thing. The generators will also break down the grid, unless it's gas. Am I getting it wrong on how generators work?
No, you use gas with your generators at home.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think propane, no?
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I also have that holding on, the Ten of Wands, the burden and the responsibility, teamwork. I mean, they have Five of Cups, the guilt, the loss, the despair, the Ten of Swords, still no good cards. The sun is going to be illuminating, but something happens midway through winter that makes them happy. I don't know what that means. That's weird. What'd you guys get?
You go, Jeffrey.
Well, I mean, I get so it's like a whole story. I get this. I get her, Mother Earth. I get Mother Earth saying, "Okay, I'm in charge." I get heat. I also get this, oh, we're going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're going to do it. We're not going to do it. We're going to do it. We're not going to do it. And I get a lot of opinions, more opinions. Oh, we can't be bothered. And then, I think something really, I think another bad thing is going to have to happen in order for it to change. That's what I get. However, I get a strategy, and I get domesticity and stability eventually. But I really feel like these three, I feel like it's the next government, the next, the new people. I don't think it's going to happen now. I think it's going to be flim flam, la 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 la, what they're really good at. Everybody talking, nobody hearing. That's what I get.
Yeah. Interesting. What did you get, Lori?
I'm going to unmute. Okay, so here's the debacle in the past. And then they're just sort of, we did lose a couple, kids did freeze, and they're just sort of wishing upon a star that everything's going to get better, That's just the wish upon a wisher. So they're taking a gamble. I don't think that they've done the work that they were supposed to do or suggested to do. I think it's funny that all three of us got this card.
Very interesting.
And this means they're just throwing all the balls in the air, trying to, I don't think they're ready for anything. I think this is all a big gamble. Maybe we'll make it. Let's wish upon a star. They're hoping that everything will be okay. But man, I don't know. There's the Queen of Swords, and she's cold. There could be some cutoffs. Some of those people that have The voluntary shut-offs will get shut off. This looks to me that they have the combination to your thermostat, and you will be cut off, and you will be cut off, and you could be wishing, but I don't think this is balanced at all.
Yeah, that was my first card, was the imbalance. Yeah. God help Texas.
I don't think it's terrible because I don't have the tower.
Right.
Something happens in between. My cards kind of showed up that there's something happens like midway through winter, either a crisis or something helps them because something happens.
But they have plenty of time to fix this.
Yeah, but they're not. He's not involved. He's not interested. Texas is not interested at all in fixing that. Yeah.
Lori, what did you pull again?
Mine was
Yeah.
They are not interested whatsoever in getting that taken care of, which is a shame.
How many people live in Texas? There must be 30 million people in Texas, right? At least more than 20 million.
Yeah, I don't know. And well, they're also dealing with COVID. I mean, COVID is out of control and they're losing a lot of people that way. I don't know. Maybe they what's that for? Why do you want to lose more Texans? I don't get it. Okay. So the next question is Millie. Let's see if General Millie is going to be held accountable for his stepping out of his bounds, which I think that he did the right thing. But we'll see if those the Jiminy Crickets are going to hold him accountable, or if he's going to be pardoned because of the crazy. So I think it was Vindman who spoke up. He said that Vindman spoke up and said something about, he should be held accountable. He did something he shouldn't have done. Like I said, I'm on the part where I think he did the right thing, even though he did step over his bounds and he did something that he, no normal circumstances he would have never and should have never done. But this was not normal circumstances.
It was totally abnormal. Because Colonel Vidman is a rule stickler, and he's saying if Bob Woodward's and Costa's reporting is correct, if this is actually true, because he didn't follow the chain of command, and what he did was dangerous, and he should resign if it's true. That's just what Vindman says.
Yeah, I'm with everybody else. I don't think he stepped out of bounds. I think he stepped up to the plate. But that's just my own personal. Let's see if they're going to hold him accountable. I got the star right off the bat. I got the Fool, stepping into the unknown, and I got the Wheel of Fortune, life cycle, destiny, and good luck. It's almost like my cards are saying the healing, the star. The stepping into the unknown, the Fool, and the Wheel of Fortune. Like, if we didn't have Millie there, we could have seen a totally different atmosphere, and he had to take over the role of emperor. And I see good news coming, and I also see sacrifice. I also see Seven of Wands. He has to defend himself, of course. But I also see strength. I got strength. So what did you get? What did you guys get?
So I got, walking away from a battle you can't win. I got I got the Lady in the Garden. So this is abundance. This is gain. This is a good card. So sometimes I interpret this card as take what's yours. So he had to take what was his, right? Which was the responsibility. And I get also that he really soul searched about this. But he made the right decision. I mean, we know he made the right decision. He became the surgeon. He cut out the fat, and he had to move forward and like with his mind. He had to like take his emotions out of it and get very. To me, this is like the butcher, right? The surgeon, the butcher. It's like, I'm going to cut out everything that's unnecessary. And I get that he kept us safe, because otherwise it would have been this. And it was actually for the good of the nation. That's what I'm getting. I get that it's really for the good of the nation. And then I said, well, what about him personally? And I got this. So to me, this is actually good, because this is like a new, fresh start, a new, fresh way of looking at things. Because just because the other guy, maybe that other guy said it because he knew he could or couldn't prove it. So he said it's just to be the big man. You know what I mean? But nothing, I don't think, if anything happens, I think strength. He'll be fine. He saved us from this.
I agree. I think they're going to find it. Somebody else put in here, I think, says Millie's spokesperson made a statement that Millie got a tech team together to review the procedure the procedures that are in place and did nothing wrong. So, what did you get, Lori?
And I'm just repeating what Lieutenant Colonel Vidman said. I think Millie is always hoping for the future, and he did. He did. I got the star too. I think you did too, Sheila. He's very sad over what's happened in the past, and at times he's felt that he couldn't do all that he wanted. So in this particular time, and I think more is coming out. And the readings I've been doing lately, I think the last part of this month, so much comes out that we're just shock and awe. There's more dealings with Putin that comes out that he knows about, that he's still sitting on. These things haven't even surfaced yet. He was so concerned, and he did. He took a gamble and he took control. But there's more to come. I don't see him. I think that he's going to retire soon, but I don't see him, I think he's also going to be called to a building to testify, but I don't think that he's going to, they may say you maybe stepped out of place a little bit here or there.
I also got the hangman at the bottom of my
Yeah, but I think there's more to come. I'm going to find out, okay, we really needed him there. He was trying to do his best.
Thank God we had him.
Yeah.
I mean, really, this really could have been worse than what we really saw that day. There's so many things that were happening that we don't even know about.
Yep.
And who, in their weirdest, crazy moment of insanity, would think that we'd have Dan Quayle to thank for straightening out Pence and telling him he's had no chance to change this. There isn't any way to wiggle out of it. You have to certify the election.
Correct. And here we are. And yeah, exactly. Dan Quayle telling him what to do. He actually followed it. But you see, that really ticks me off that Mr. Pence all of a sudden acted as if he was a goody two-shoes when he was inquiring on how to fulfill the cheat. He was lying. He was playing the game.
Well, he was being pressured,
Well,
he's always taken Trump's side, but he wasn't able to do it this time.
Yeah. The fact that he had actually asked somebody if he could nullify the reminds me, I was like, oh, you were in on the plot all the way up until you got told no.
Right. And Dan Quayle lives in Arizona, and he was saying, well, the count in Arizona. And Dan Quayle's like, no, there's no space for this. No, you have to do it.
Well, thank God.
Wasn't Dan Quayle the one who said that ketchup is a vegetable?
It's,
Wasn't he?
He's the one that said what?
was.
I think he said ketchup was a vegetable. It was either him or Reagan. One of the other ones said that ketchup was a vegetable. That's all I remember.
I have to look that up. I think so.
All right, so we have a couple more minutes. Do we want to? What would be our last question here?
There was something about. I wrote it down.
Ooh.
Something about Republican minds.
Yeah, let's read on the Republicans and see how they're doing. Just take the temperature of the Republicans right now with everything that's going on.
Would you like to take it rectally or orally?
Yeah, Lord.
Ask them to bend over.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're not doing very well
That
either.
reminds me, I don't know if I can say this. Do you remember Andrew Dice Clay? He had this one joke, and his girlfriend said to him, "Kiss my ass," and he says, "Your face, your ass. What's the difference?"
Oh no! Let's see. Well, let's see what the Republicans.
I don't want to be a nurse. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Interesting.
Whoever laid down first, go for it.
Okay.
You go in?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I heard you say interesting. I thought you were all done.
Well, I am all done. I said, again, I'm being a gentleman.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Well, I think they would rather us take it by their ear. Use it to panic. Okay, so I'm just saying we're not all in the family here. Meathead has gone over here. And Edith and what's his name are over here. We're not all. There's conflict and drama in the family, so there's infighting. Up at the top, though, they feel fairly good that they think they might move things along in a positive direction. Okay, again, there's so much news coming in here. They're going to be like, what? What was that? And there's one dark-headed female that's going to stand out in the Republican Party. And no, I do not think it's Whelan, Galen, Pistol, Pack, and Bobert. I don't think. No. This is another female that's going to make big headlines. Dark, very dark-haired. If she goes gray early. And there's some big expose about some CPAC money or some big donor money or somebody. And I think somebody's even going to go to jail here. There's some big money thing coming out real fast. The government, I don't have my stock card here, but.
Your what card?
Like stocks, like insider trading, or I don't have that, but I feel like there's a indictment coming for this lady. Somebody's money is. I don't know, maybe Bobert.
I got lots of money too. I literally got pinnacles on all over. The pinnacles usually represent the Republican anyway, but yeah. I get the same thing as with you with pentacles, lots of pentacles.
So basically, there's some money scandal here, but it isn't terrible. It's just going to be like, okay, so that happened too.
Yeah. Jeffrey, you go ahead and go.
Well, what I did was, because as I was doing it, I was like, the Republican Party is split. So I read it as a split. So I read the Trumpies first. You know, oh yeah, we could do it. We're all enthusiastic. We could do it. We could do whatever we want. We could do whatever we want. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? Oh yeah, we're going to go find a new leader. We're going to go find a new leader. We own the world. He's a magician. That's them. Okay. Then the normal ones, they got like, you know, they might be going through some finances, some troubled times, like trying to balance, but the normal ones are willing to give and take. They're willing to give and take. They're willing to be part of something. There's going to be their own fighting, but at the end of the day, the ethos comes through. At the end of the day, the ethos comes through. Because I really feel like we like to talk about the Republican Party. I feel like it needs to be named like A and B, or, you know, it's like the Republican Party is in transformation right now. The Trumpies are the Trumpies. They're their own entity. They're like, you know, the Moonies or something. They're like their own thing. There's no talking to them. They're not part of it. I'm talking about, you know, the other 30 or 40% or 50% of the Republicans that, you know, like have their head on straight. That's what I saw.
You know, I got a mixed bag as well of all of this. Although I got the King of Swords, which always represents Trump or the Republicans or whatever, with the devil on top of them, right? Their problem is they're showing their devil side. They're having lots of problems keeping that squelched. You know, trying to keep the devil inside instead of on the outside. And because I have the Knight of Pentacles and then the Knight of Wands underneath that lust, that charming, you know, that seductive. You know, you meet that that very bad boy, you know, the vampire. He's very seductive, and you want to be, you know, bitten by him. You know, this is their game.
You watch a lot of movies, girl.
I do. I love my vampires, but anyways, onwards.
And I'm wearing garlic to bed every night, you know.
Do what?
I said, and I wear garlic to bed every night. No. You can have the vampire too. Okay.
This one right here is the Five of Pentacles. They're losing money. They're hemorrhaging money. They are hemorrhaging money because I got the inheritance. Like they're going into their own pockets to do their campaigns and stuff like that. They're hemorrhaging their old money that they have been there. I also got the Four of Wands, which is usually that collaboration, that stability, but it's buddied up with the Three of Swords. They're getting cut down with their stability. They're not as stable as they used to be because they're getting heartbroke after heartbroke after heartbroke. And then the King of Pentacles, they're trying so very hard to gain money again. But again, at the end of the day, it is the Seven of Cups, that fantasy. They have focused on what in the past has happened. So every time, or not every time, but most times, when a certain party gets a presidency, the other party usually gains in the Senate and in the Congress. And they are delusional. They really think this is going to happen. They're planning. I mean, they're throwing all of their eggs in one basket that in 2022, they're going to gain everything back. That's the reason why they went after Newsom, because what's-her-face is 88 years old. She knows that she's going to pass sometime soon, and they needed a Republican in there to put a Republican senator and replace her. And that was their sole hope, that maybe they could get that done with Newsom. However, their plans are not stable. They're not coming together. They're not working. I haven't seen their plans work in a they cause a lot of trouble. They cause a lot of drama. They cause a lot of heartbreak, but nothing is working for them. Yeah, that whole fight, that whole just blustery. It's like dealing with a 2-year-old every single day that hasn't gotten any sleep at night. You know what I mean? This is what we're dealing with them, but it's not working. There was a little meme that come out, and I actually posted it on my Facebook page. It says breaking news: the Republicans are reporting that there is fraud in the 2024 election. You know what I mean? Like they're just it's fraud everywhere. It's not working. It's just not working. So, anyways.
I think they're really going to try to focus on, and this could be Stefanik as well, but they're trying to appeal to their own party through money breaks. You can have more. You can have more, since that's what's always catching. Everyone wants more money, but that's what's always got their heart in their eyeballs. So they're gonna try that.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, they wanted.
I get it's not based. Look, it's not based in reality. Because she could be a little weird. This one. Sometimes she could be like, oh, right. Oh, the past was so wonderful and beautiful and lovely, and oh, if everything could be the way things were, nothing is ever going to be the way things were. Not with 9 inches of rain so far this month in New York. Not with COVID. Not with people not even wanting these jobs. Nothing is the same, and it's not going to be the same, no matter how hard you close your eyes.
Yeah. Well, these people who we were able to walk away from a crappy job that they had to hold just to pay the rent that they couldn't afford in the first place. They had to get a timeout. They sat at home. They realized that they could put their resume together. They can go to better opportunities. They had an opportunity to improve themselves. In fact, there was quite a few people here that went and did online learning and teaching and online classes. They got a degree while they were sitting at home waiting for COVID to get over with. And they're going out and getting higher paid jobs. And then all of a sudden they're complaining. I'm like, no, where are my $7 workers? Where are they? It's like, no. They improved themselves while they were sitting at home with COVID because now they realize that they can do something better. If you pay better, maybe they'll come back, but they don't want to pay better. They just don't want to pay better. And I just think if your company is not able to pay your workers what they deserve, you don't need to be in business. I don't like this argument. Well, what about the small town business? We have to hold them up and no, we don't. If you're not making it enough where you can pay your workers, maybe we need to scale that down too, so that when we have an economy, that when people have businesses out there, we're not trying to drag them along. They're actually successful and they can pay their workers, and we have something viable and worthwhile to get. That's my rant for the day.
That's a good one.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We'll have to do this again. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you.
And we miss Danny. Say hi, Danny. I don't know if he's
here.
Danny.
Hi, Danny. We miss you. Thank you so much for hosting. Do we want to pull a card for everybody for the full moon?
I'll get my little goddess deck. Hang on.
Yep, I've got my moonology, so let's do it.
And thank you, Jay. We love you, Jay.
Oh my gosh, Jay, you'll have to keep on. You have to come back.
I was so happy about Newsome.
Yeah, me too. I worked overnight last night, and I got the news late at night that had come in that he'd actually won and all that. And I actually watched his speech, which was fantastic. Which was fantastic. Have you guys watched his speech yet?
No.
I caught some of it.
Yeah, it's worth listening to. I mean, he really did a great job of speaking, and I didn't realize how gorgeous that man is.
He is very handsome.
Whew.
Kirsten from Third Eye Champagne is always talking sex talk about Newsome.
About Newsome?
Yeah, him good looking. Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I was like staring at him. I'm like, dang, dude. All right, I would have voted for you just because you're cute. Okay, enough of that. Let's whoever pulled their card first, go for it. Interesting. All right, I'll go ahead. Go. Mine is the it's probably not the new moon in Aries, but the card that I got was it's time to take action. It's time to take action. Was the card that I drew for the new moon. It's time to take action, and I think that because we're political, it's time to take action. We cannot sit on our laurels. We have to get out there. We have to vote. We cannot allow these Republicans to gain another seat anywhere. So let's do our job and try to get out there and do what we can do. All right, next. Lori?
Okay, it's a full moon on the 20th, which is Monday, I believe. So I think we're being told to stand up for what's right. You know, fight for your right to party. No, I'm just kidding. Beastie Boys.
I love that song.
So just we have to laugh. We have to
Dee
laugh.
Snyder. That wasn't that Dee Snyder?
What? Oh, the fight for your right to party. I don't know the names of the Beastie Boys. I just know.
Huge nose, a big blonde. You gotta fight. You're right. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so we're standing up for what stand up for what you want. Use your voice. Stand up. You've got this. You know, keep fighting. Keep fighting the good fight, because we're gonna get there. So we're not a victim, but we do need to stand up for ourselves. And the only thing I want to say about this on a full moon, this card would be, try not to lean on any excuses about why you might not want to change something. So there could be a little stubbornness there about, I might lean on my crutch and not change something. So just keep moving forward, stand up for yourself, and fight the good fight. But don't lean on crutches.
Well, I use my Goddess Oracle deck, which I only use when I'm on someone else's station. And I got Astra Fertility. So it's a good time to begin new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. And also, you know, Virgo is really that time. Virgo, Virgo is, I know it's coming toward the end of Virgo, but Virgo is the time to like get to work. You know, it's fertile Virgo, right? She's got the scythe. She's gathering. Very fertile. It's like Mother Earth time. So it's time to like put those seeds that you want to grow into the earth now.
Right. For the spring. Absolutely. All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Blessings.
Yes, thank you so much. And you guys all have a wonderful evening, and over and out.
Much love to you.
Yes.